Alright, what is going on, Asylum? Here it is, the promised Guild Wars 2 content. Before we get started with this, I want to go ahead and pretty much go over the professions in the game, which are the classes. You can see here you got your Elementalist, which is your Mage, your Warrior, which is pretty much your standard Russian tank things, kill things. Warrior, your Guardian, which is pretty much your healing tank. Think of it as Tarek on crack. You have your Engineer, who is uses guns, builds sentries, that type of deal. You have your Ranger, which is what I'll be playing with this character, which is your bow type characters. You have your Necromancer, which is your mage that steals life and uses minions and corruption to pretty much zone and control the battlefield. You have your Thief, which is pretty much your assassin. And then you have your Mesmer, which is pretty much LeBlanc. I hate to use LOL in analogies, but really that fits. Your Mesmer switches and splits in between like 3 different people, and they're very extremely hard to lock down. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this button here. I've already pretty much pre-made the character as the way I want him to look, but the reason I wanted to show you guys something really interesting about Guild Wars 2 is this right here. You select your background for your character, which pretty much means you design the first part of your storyline. You have, I believe it's 2 parts to it, but you have your main storyline, which is your eventual you killing the dragon type deal, and then you have your personal storyline, which is what you actually start out doing. Very interesting. So here you go. It's actually going to show you a cinematic, and we don't actually keep this because, as you can see, the choices I've chosen, the cycle of night, the teachings, the dream, it all kind of ties in a very nice cinematic that they show you at the start. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cinematic roll and show it up so you guys can actually hear it.
I am Sylvari. 25 years ago, my people first appeared in Tyria. The pale tree flowered, and the firstborn awakened. The dream contains my race's memories. We gain awareness here, and then awaken into the world. The dream fills me with knowledge, and is my connection to others. It is my inspiration, my guiding light. While here, I have discovered my purpose, to face evil and destroy it. Even now, I sense my destiny calling me to awaken. My time is soon. Nature and goodness are under siege. All life hangs in the balance. If Tyria is to survive, it will need us. If we fail, the dream will be consumed by nightmare, and Tyria will wither and die. I dream of battle. The voices of my people whisper of warfare and the storm of combat. I see a knight in armor, fierce with challenge. He offers me the gift of courage. The dream hints at my future. I see friendly faces, good and noble folk. They need me. I must keep them safe. A devouring force threatens all of Tyria. I will stand against that danger. On this, the eve of my awakening, I feel fire in my blood. And yet, I sense darkness approaching. Something intrudes upon the dream. It blocks the path to my awakening. Before I can enter the world, I must first face this evil and vanquish it. I am summoned by the dream. This is my story.
Alright, and there you go. So as you can see, that actual cinematic was pretty much customized by the options that I ended up choosing, and it's different every single time for every single profession. and race that you choose. So a whole lot of variety and personalization as far as your story is concerned. Uh, some things I want to get into. You can actually overview your story right here. But interestingly enough, the skill sets in this game are pretty amazing. You actually have a set of skills for every single weapon that you use, and you can actually preview them there. So depending on which weapon you decide to go with, or weapons, because you get two sets of them, your skills actually change. And you also have an underwater skill set, which is interesting. You also have quests in this game as far as your main quest line, but as far as
I am Keith.
traditional quests, you
need your
really
help.
don't have any of them.
Can you hear me where you are within the dream? Within the dream? What does that mean? Why do you look transparent? I am Interior, a land far away. Poisoning the dream? Of course, I will do whatever I can to help you. But why me? Your spirit is strong. Do not underestimate yourself. Head to the far embankment, and I'll meet you there.
So this is pretty much picking up your first quest. The only quests you're really going to have in this game are your main storyline quests. If you don't, as you walk around in the world, you're going to notice world events start happening, such as pretty much you'll just be standing somewhere and all of a sudden something will start attacking and a whole group of people will start actually banding together to
Those hounds are an
defend.
aspect of the
So,
poison. I know it looks grim, but you must press
see
on.
here.
Our future is in your hands.
I'm just going to go ahead and start killing some hounds.
Run, miscreant.
The poison is at its strongest in the clearing beyond.
Alright, let's
Have
go ahead and
courage.
get this. As you can see, also there's other people doing pretty much the same exact starter quest, and you band together. There's a lot of emphasis on community in this game, so far as like anything I do is not gonna steal something from the people here that are helping me.
Something's happening. I feel... The pale tree has breathed her strength into me. She's made me tangible, but only for a few moments.
And here you go. Here's an example of the world events I was just talking about. It just pops up, and all of a sudden, all of us are on the same exact quest, if you would. It's just world events, and you get XP and all kinds of goodies for actually completing these.
Safe from harm.
Nothing back. Destroy the nightmare.
Alright, and here we go. Here is the first official boss fight.
There. The poison has taken form. Destroy it while we can. I've been poisoned. Destroy the nightmare before it takes root. It is finished. The
And
dream
there
is
you go,
safe
guys.
from this
First
poison.
huge boss battle already done.
We'll see each other again in the waking world.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way it is throughout the entire game. You have events that just happen,
I'll pass this along to the pale
and
tree.
you can just be walking along, an event starts, and suddenly 20 or 30 people show up and start helping you with it.
Where am I? I was fighting a great evil. Are we safe? Keith? Where is Keith?
Steady, sapling. You just woke. You were calling out in your dream. Keith was just here, but she had to go speak to the pale tree.
She and I fought side by side against a poison in the dream. I saw the shadow of a terrible dragon, and I felt the dream call upon me to defeat it.
By the tree. A wild hunt so soon, and such a momentous task. To be a valiant of the wild hunt is a difficult charge. Bear this calling with pride.
I will. But how do I begin? One does not simply awaken and rush off to face a dragon.
One does not simply
You start here in
cowbell
our
their
forest.
way into dragon.
There were others hurt in the dream. They could use your help. Besides, it'll be fine training for a new valiant.
Alright, and quest complete.
One chapter ends, another begins.
Let's go see if I can find some clues.
We should make a vow to always stay together.
There we go.
What if I'm called to a wild hunt and have to go?
The dream would not be so cruel, and you shall find.
Pardon me. I'd like to talk to you. Welcome to Astoria.
Alright, and here
As
you
you
go.
journey
Here's
forth
your
into the
general
unknown, know that you're
overview
not
of
alone.
quests.
Seek guidance from those who make their homes here, and help them in their time of need.
The hearts
The
are
path
pretty
ahead
much
is
the
yours
only
to
thing you
choose.
have to go by as far as quests are concerned. You walk towards them and events are happening that you pretty much have to help out with. And other world events can spawn while you're doing these, and they generally do spawn around these areas, so you pretty much get
As you journey
a
outward,
wide
you'll
variety
encounter amazing Asuran waypoints that,
of
for a
leveling.
small fee, allow you to rapidly traverse the land. I'm excited for you. You'll find
And
challenges
you
out
have
there that
skill
will help you
challenges
grow
which give
and
you
increase
skill
your
points
skill.
so you can actually
Enjoy the
spec into
adventure.
skills. So it's pretty much a wide variety of exploration. There's no set quest to do. The only things you have to do as far as set quests are your main quest, which is your actual storyline progression, and everything else you pretty much are free to do and roam wherever you want to. They just generally give you a guideline and say, here you go, have at it. So this is basically the general first overview. I'll be doing most of my playthroughs on this character and my human necromancer. I'll be doing more PvP on my human necromancer and more gameplay oriented on my my ranger, but I will switch back and forth because I'm going to be making multiple characters. So expect some great Guild Wars 2 content. I'm going to be posting up a lot of content from pretty much today onward. And let's go ahead and show you guys do one world event. So here you go. Here's just another world event you can do. And you also have two different queues. A lot of people are complaining about this right now. You have two different queues. One's called an overflow queue and one's called your normal queue. Which essentially what happens if your zone is full, you get thrown into an overflow queue. So it makes it kind of hard to group, but I'm sure they'll get it pretty much all worked out.
I'll need more luminescence to relight the town's lamps.